I think the hot topic on the street right now is this transactional data reporting rule that has a huge impact. It's one of the largest changes to the MAS program in quite some time. What does GSA see as the benefits to both industry and the government by adopting this rule?
Sure, thank you. I appreciate the chance to join all of you this morning. I'd like to first offer a bit of context around the rule and then talk about some of the benefits both to government and to industry in it. When we think about the schedules program, I want to emphasize that in a typical year that there's over $35 billion a year in sales to government that goes through the program. The schedule contracts that we award run for up to 20 years with a 5-year base period and up to 3 5-year options. So when we're talking that kind of spend and that kind of duration, GSA needs some assurance that the schedule prices aren't good just at the moment of inception, but that those prices remain good for the future years as the schedule program rolls along. Thus, we've had a historic mechanism, a historic backstop, if you will, an assurance of good pricing. And that mechanism, since the 1980s, has been something called the commercial sales practice, the most favored customer concept, and the price reduction clause. So the way it has worked over time is companies come in, they tell us what is the best price that any entity gets for the service or the product that they're offering, extend that price to GSA, and then if that entity's price goes down over time, as often does happen in the IT space, the GSA's price goes down. So that has been the historic backstop and pricing protection model. It's a expensive model. It's administratively pretty burdensome. And through the periodic paperwork reduction acts, we've heard from industry over and over a message that this is a very expensive regulatory mechanism, and asking the question, is there another way to approach it? Meanwhile, I think it's important to look, what's the perspective of our customers, our stakeholders, and our industry when it comes to schedule pricing, when it comes to the way we establish fair and reasonable pricing, when it comes to running the schedules program. So when we look at the customer standpoint, in recent years, we've seen increasing contract duplication as customers have moved to start establishing other contract vehicles. We've seen the Department of Defense and NASA issue deviations to schedule ordering procedures, which requires their CEOs to make a separate determination of fair and reasonable pricing at the time of the order. So I'd suggest we have a pretty clear message from our customers saying that in some ways we need to update parts of the schedule philosophy, pricing model, regulatory infrastructure to support their needs.